Hi friends, it's Daira. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I color my client's beautiful natural hair. So as you can see, I had her come with clean, stretched hair. Even though she wears her hair curly, it's always best to come with stretched hair. And by stretch, I mean she just put it in braids and let it dry. But it's nice and clean so that the color can penetrate. So you seen that I sprayed some stuff on her hair, and that is the first step of the K18. The K18 is going to help me protect her hair and make sure that this color does not create any damage for her beautiful curls. Like I said, she is natural, so she doesn't really straighten her hair much at all. So finally, I get to do a video on someone who is going to get a wash and go. I've been dying to do this. And like I always tell you guys, I do not always have models. Most of the hairstyles and the colors that I do are my actual clients that allow me to record them. So, of course, I have to do what they want. So, but anyway, she's going to do a wash and go today. But before we do that, we are going to go through and put some highlights in there for her. Now, she did not want to get her hair lightened, so she didn't want to use any lightener. Bleach is what it's called, lightener, but a lot of people understand when you say bleach. So she didn't want to use any of that. So what we're using is color, and I am using Pravana gold, and I am using, and to get a higher lift, I am using 40 volume, and then I am putting it into foils because I wanted to create some heat so that I can get a greater lift without having to use lightener in her hair. So as you can see, I did do a weave sectioning with the first one, and then I did a slice sectioning with this one, and with both of them I am teasing it so that the color isn't blunt, and by blunt I mean so the color is not transitioning from her base color to this highlighted color with a line of demarcation. We wanted to kind of glide the color to glide from one color into the other, even though you really won't be able to tell much with her because she wears her hair curly, and as you know, curly hair can hide a lot, so you really won't be able to see it. But I never know if she decide to straighten her hair, and if she does, I want to make sure that everything is nice and blended for her. So yeah, that's what I'm going through and I'm doing. As you can see, I apply some color first, so we'll stick to the foil, and then I go through and make sure that the color is saturated through completely, because you don't want to leave any dry spots, because that's when you end up getting a spotty result. When I get to the sides, I don't really have so much of a pattern when it comes to the parting and the sectioning, because she really just wants to see highlighted pieces all over. So I'm just taking sections going up, but then when I get to the top, I am directing the foils to the front, and that's because she likes to wear her curls hanging to the front of her face, and I wanted to make sure that those specifically had pops of color in the front, so I did part those out and over direct them to the front to make sure that that happens for her. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going through and saturating it and getting the color on there for her. So after I allowed it to process and I shampooed her hair with the Redken acidic shampoo and conditioner, what that does is stops the color from processing and brings the hair to the proper pH that it needs to be. I did apply the second part of the K18, and that sits for 4 minutes, and then you can apply your styling products. So the first thing that I applied right at the bowl, since she is getting a wash and go, is Uncle Funky's Curl Stimulator. And what that does is help the curls form. So I'm applying that on there. I did add a little bit of water to make sure that it saturates well. With when you're doing wash and goes, you want to make sure that the product is throughout. And then I will take her back to the chair and I will be applying the dose. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to have it down in the description and I'm going to show you the bottle. And I'm also going to add it to my Amazon store, which will be down in the description box. So if you guys are interested in purchasing these products after you see how her curls turn out, go to my Amazon store and you'll see the products on there. So I'm just going to go through and detangle. As you can see, I am using this detangling brush. This brush is awesome. I do sell it on my site, which is loveandhealthshop.com, and that'll be in the description as well. It is basically like a wide tooth brush. It detangles so quickly and without any pain. There goes the mousse that I was telling you about. So I'm just going to section it. I actually moved her to the chair because I realized you guys couldn't really see what I was doing. So I move her to the chair, and what I do is just take it in sections, and I already applied the curl stimulator at the sink, and then I am applying the mousse in each section. And once I apply it and kind of define the curls, I then add a little bit of gel, and the brand that I'm using is called Inner Sense. And I will put that down in the description as well. And what the gel does is just lock everything in. So, and it gives it like a little bit of heaviness just to make sure that the hair doesn't frizz up. So when you're doing wash and goes, the most important thing to remember is that the hair has to be fully saturated with water. Now, normally I do this at the sink, most of this anyway at the sink. And I do that because, like I said, the hair has to be soaking wet. Now, when you use the curl stimulator, it does help with making sure that the hair has absorbed and has moisture in it. So it kind of like locks the water in the hair. But you have to remember, guys, all these products are meant to lock in the moisture that you put in the hair, and the moisture is the water. So if you try to apply products into the hair where the hair is semi-dry, your hair is not going to be as hydrated as it needs to be. So if you're doing this wash and go on yourself, I always recommend that you do them in the shower. Take your styling products with you in the shower, condition, apply the products, the condition, detangle, apply the products, and then just pin it up and continue on with your shower. And by that point, your hair should have dripped all that it's going to drip. So by the time you get out and towel dry, there'll be no need for you to towel dry your hair. I personally have curly hair, and this is what I do to myself, and it works. There's no need to use a towel for your hair when you're doing your hair on your own in your own home. The towel is just going to soak out that moisture that you need. So just take your products in the shower and apply them in there, pin your hair up. And by the time, like I said, by the time you get out the shower, your hair will be to the point where it is not dripping anymore. And there'll be no need for you to use any kind of towel and dry and frizz up your hair. So this is what her hair looks like before I sat her under the dryer. This is with the product in it and it's still wet. So this is when I was done defining her curls. So after she sat for about 20 minutes or so, we brought her out and just fluffed up her curls. I did use a little bit of my Love and Health oil, and I just applied a little bit in the palm of my hands and just did the prayer hand application on her. If you don't know what the prayer hands is, you're basically just putting your hands at the root and you have them meet and then just slide your hands down the hair shaft. And what that does is just to break a little bit of the cast that the gel creates. Now, if you don't mind that it has the cast, then that's fine, because as the days go by, that kind of the cast breaks on its own anyway. But we wanted to style and make her hair cute as she was going out this particular day. So at first I'm just going through and I am picking at her root just to give it volume, but we did want to elongate her hair. So what I did was just part the hair gently and just apply a little bit of warm heat at the root. And what that's going to do is just stretch the curl, relax the root and stretch the curl some, just so that it can elongate her curls. All right, guys, so this is what her hair looked like when we stopped fluffing and picking through her hair. And she absolutely loved it. She has her little pops of color, but you can still see her natural hair color still peeping through in between the highlights. She loved that her hair was moisturized and her curls were defined. So yeah, guys, I'm happy that I finally got to show you a color that has the hair in a natural style, in its natural state, so that you can see that curl is for every hair type. Not curls, I mean color is for every hair type. So if you were interested in getting color, this can show you that you can have color on your beautiful curls. So anyway, guys, as usual, please make sure to leave any questions or comments down below. I do read them all and I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so very much for watching. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's Sevens and Hair. I'll leave that down below so you can find me. And also, please make sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.